Innovative listening items. 7 ideas in 7 minutes. How do you teach listening skills? Is all that you do really just teaching to an exam? Where in real life do we listen without context, without visual cues? The listen twice, answer questions model works for few students. Those who got it the first time are bored and not learning anything, let's face it. And for those students that need to hear it many more times to get it, they're not learning, they're frustrated. Listening skills are much better developed individually. And with more and more technology in our schools, this can now happen. So here are 7 ways in 7 minutes to set up listening for students to work on individually. Record the item using Audacity or GarageBand and save as an MP3 file. Share it on Edmodo, Moodle, blogging platforms such as Posterous, or in a school network folder. Students listen to it using their iPod, iPhone, laptop, school computer, and they answer your traditional worksheet with a pen and paper. Take it a step further. Save your worksheet as a PDF file and insert the sound file by clicking Multimedia, Sound Tool. You drag your mouse to draw a box and it inserts a play bar for the students to play, pause, rewind the item as many times as they need. When they need to answer, they click on Tools, Typewriter, which allows them to actually type their answers on the PDF. Or you can take it a step further by turning it into a form with interactive elements such as radio buttons for students to click on. Give your students different ways to respond to show their understanding instead of just the traditional worksheet. For example, if you've given them a listening item where they need to understand what someone looks like, well, you can have students use TraitR, which is part of Toon-Do, a web tool online, to create a cartoon version of what they hear. You can give students of different abilities descriptions from the most basic to the more complex so that you're differentiating to meet their needs. And students can screen capture their creations to send to you for marking. Another variation to give students a different way to demonstrate understanding is this example. Remember when we tried to spark students' enthusiasm for our language with travel? We'd ask them to design a travel brochure as an assignment. Well, technology can help us immerse our students in travel in a much more engaging fashion. Do you take lots of photos and videos when you travel overseas? Like me, do you always intend to do something amazing with them but never find the time? Let the students have fun editing your movies at the same time as hearing the language modelled. There are many simple movie making programs that come standard with computers such as Movie Maker and iMovie. Record a narration of your trip in the target language at a level appropriate for your students. Save the narration as an MP3 file and put it in a folder with a range of photos and videos that match the narration. Students listen and carefully build the movie, selecting the photos and videos that match the narration. The beauty of this task is that the students will need to listen many times in order to make the movie correctly, but they'll be engaged by the photos and videos and they'll really enjoy it. What a fun way to demonstrate comprehension of a listening item. Let the students speak to demonstrate understanding. Think about how long you could spend holding conversations to examine their listening and speaking skills, and think about the complexity of examining one student after another while supervising the rest of the class working on a different task. You can use Audacity to record questions and send the students out in the playground with laptops so they can all complete the task at once. In order to do this, you need to make sure one setting is enabled. Click on Edit, Preferences and Audio I/O. Put a tick in the Play Other Tracks while recording New One box. Usually when we record, we can only record our voice. We can't hear the recording already made. A tick in this box allows us to hear the teacher's questions while we record our answers. Create a context and visual cues and interests to go with the listening task by downloading the Cartoon Maker software from Languages Online. Works on PC only. However, the finished product can work on any internet browser. You can use the existing backgrounds or use your own photos as I did here. The software includes a range of cartoon characters. You can add speech bubbles and audio. Students can listen and complete traditional worksheets or take it a step further. Provide only one side of the conversation and students demonstrate understanding by completing the cartoon with text and audio that makes sense. YouTube and Google Docs combined makes for great listening items. Embed both in a blog and students can listen as many times as they need to complete the questions. Use a variety of clever questions that make the text accessible for students. You can use text, pull-down menu, checkbox and multiple choice questions. When students click submit, their responses are collated for you in a Google Docs spreadsheet. Easy marking in one place. That was 7 ideas in 7 minutes.